Oh, I wanted to come on here and talk about a non-custodial parent. Now, those people who know me personally, they kind of know this story and how this situation affected my personal life with one of my kids. But I'm gonna just talk about this topic came back up for me. Everybody know my boys are grown at this point, but I was talking with a client of mine and it kind of came back up and just kind of triggered me a little bit today. So I wanted to talk about the non-custodial parent, which means like the parent who is not in the home with the child, who's not living there. Just say you and the child's father is no longer together. They moved on, you moved on, but the child is still in the home. Hey, Shauna. The child is still in the home. It's like, I don't understand when a man or woman, when you are no longer together anymore, the common denominator between y'all don't have to like each other or none of that. The common denominator between y'all is the child. So you're supposed to make decisions and co-parent for what's in the best interest of that child. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal situation, not nobody else, just me. I'm talking about my situation. So in my particular situation, my son's father would call, well, let me go back a little bit. Okay, I was the type of baby mother, I don't believe in talking bad about my child's father in front of him. I don't believe in bad-mouthing him at all. Whatever he did personally to me, that was between me and him. We're adults. But to my son, whatever he thought about his dad, it wouldn't come from me. Nothing negative would come from me. And trust me, I had some feelings about that nigga. But I would talk to my friends about him when my son was never around. So when my son wasn't around, if I'm outside with my friends, of course, I'm going to say what I'm going to say about him. But when my son was present, I never would say nothing negative about his dad. I didn't believe in doing that. For one, it serves no purpose. It don't serve me no purpose to bash his dad in front of him. I'm sorry, y'all, my mouth dry. So it serves me no purpose to like bash his dad in front of him or anything like that. So, anyway, his dad would call and promise he gonna send stuff, come visit, all this type of stuff. And at this particular time, we was living in 2 different states. So when his dad would come, oh no, he didn't ever come. So he'll call and say he gonna come, he gonna send stuff, he gonna bring stuff. And he would never show the hell up. So this went on for like 2 years. He started saying, oh, he gonna come, he gonna come. And every time he did this, I would always tell my son, like, well, you know, we don't know what's going on in his life and, you know, this and that. So me doing this, my son used to get mad at me like, Ma, you always taking up for him. I'm like, no, we don't. He live in another state. We don't know what's going on in his life. And I didn't know what was going on in his life. I wasn't going to say like, oh, this nigga, he ain't coming because X, Y, and Z, or he don't love you, he don't care. I don't know what's going on in his life. He live in a whole other state. I live in another state. I don't know what's going on in his personal life. So it got to a point where it's like, sometimes when a man stay out of a kid's life so long, they think they need to come bearing all these fucking gifts and all these things. It's like, my son didn't need things. He just wanted his time. And your time don't cost nothing. It's like kids just want your time. Your time don't cost nothing. You don't need... It's like the most important thing kids gonna remember is your time. Not no fucking Jordans. Not no fucking Xbox, PlayStations, and all that type of stuff. It's like... that don't mean nothing. It's like that type of stuff means something to a teenage kid. You know, they might say, oh, my daddy got me these shoes or he bought me a new game. But it's like kids remember moments. It's like if I talk to my adult sons right now, they remember moments we had or, you know, all us was together as a family doing things. It's like they don't talk about no damn Jordans or video games I bought them. It's like they remembering moments that we had. You know what I'm saying? Like those are things that was important to them, not no fucking things. So, in the process of him doing all this lying and promising to him, it's like it caused one of my sons to try to take his life. It's like a non-fucking custodial parent don't understand the mental torment that you put on a kid when you study lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you hurting your baby mama, or you think you hurting your baby daddy. Like, you not hurting your baby mama, or you not hurting your baby daddy. It's like you hurting your fucking child. It's like you think you really doing something to hurt that woman or that man. You not hurting that woman or that man. You hurting your child. And that's so stupid to me. It's like, I don't understand it. I never understood that. It's like, why the child gotta suffer because you ain't with that woman or that man no more? Because at the end of the day, that's who's suffering, the child. Not her, not him, because they done moved on with their life. They with somebody else. They can get two fucks about you. So it's like, why are you making this child suffer? It just really don't make sense to me. And it's like, people know I mean, if you know me personally, everybody know what I went through with my son in this situation. And it's so funny to me, not funny. I could laugh at it now because it's like, now my son is a father himself and he's a damn good dad to his kids. He's nothing like the father that his dad was to him, because his dad wasn't a fucking father to him. And it's so amazing to me that men that I've dated during this time when this happened, and this was over 4 years ago when this happened, but during this time when this happened to my son, it's like people I've dated, they know how much I love my boys. It's like they wanted to show up for him, and his own fucking dad didn't show up for him. It's like the one time you could have showed up for him and been there for him, you couldn't even fucking show up for him. So it's like, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. And I don't understand it. And it's like, people know I'm the type of person, I don't tell my business. I don't put my fucking business on social media. But it's like, I was just talking to a client today and just explaining. She was explaining the situation to me and I was just telling her my story. But it's like, I just don't fucking get it. I don't understand why, men or women like use kids as bait. A child ain't no fucking bait. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't doing nothing but hurting these damn kids. Kids ain't bait. Kids ain't bait for no man or no woman. They just suffering. It's like, kids are study suffering. And it's like, you don't know what you're doing to that child's mental state of mind. And it's like, just to think in 2012, if my child would have succeeded taking his life, all because you wouldn't show the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. I don't fucking understand that. That's crazy. And it's like, and it's crazy because even after that, my son still wanted a relationship with his dad. But it's like, as being a parent, when I found out he was the reason why, oh my God, like, oh my God, people just don't understand what I wanted to do to him. But I still didn't talk bad about this nigga in front of I still didn't talk bad about him. Still don't to this day in front of my son. It's crazy. I still don't do it. But I don't do it out of integrity for myself. Because at the end of the day, the shit that you didn't do, however he feel, it's because of what the fuck you didn't do. Point blank period. It has no bearings on me. And I've told him that. Like, I've told his dad, like, I've never spoke bad about you. And it's crazy because people see this fucking social media shit. And my son was looking on Facebook and he's seeing him with his other child posting pictures. Like, this shit right here can be the devil. Because he's seen him on social media posting one of his kids. He taking her to play zone and all this other shit. And it's like, he thinking like he's some awesome dad with this other child, not knowing all his fucking kids is suffering. Like, he did all of this to all his kids, but social media is such a fucking lie. It's like, you can post these pictures and think your life is so fucking grand. So he thinking like, oh, it's just me. Like, why me? He doing this to me. Like, he don't love me. What's so wrong with me? And it ain't no just me. And then it's like these men get all these different kids with all these different women. Like his oldest child, like on social media, trying to fan all her brothers and sisters. Like, that's some trifling shit. Do you understand me? Like, why do his oldest daughter gotta reach out to all these different women? Like, I want to get to know my brother or my sister. Like, that's trifling as hell. It's like, you as a grown man should be bringing your own kids together. Your daughter shouldn't have to do that. Like, I don't get it. It's like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, I mean, like, everybody know, like, I don't, all this type of shit I don't do, but I just was so triggered today. It's like, I called my baby boy today, and he's not the kid that did this, but I was just talking to him like, I'm about to go laugh, because it was just eating me inside. Like, it was just really eating me. And I don't know. I was just so frustrated by it all. Like, it just really brought this back up. And then the whirlwind that I had to go through with my son is like, as a parent, especially as an African-American woman, a single mom, dealing with mental health, depression with your kid, and so many of our men and even our young black boys, like, they deal with so much depression. Like, why do you think a lot of these boys is pill popping, self-medicating? It's like, they don't know what to do with themselves. Like, they don't know what to do with themselves. You wonder why people drinking, popping pills and all that. And then it's like, they don't have so much rejection sometimes from their mother and their fathers. And then you get with them and you trying to date them. Hell, you don't know what to do with them. They don't even know how to love a woman. They was never even taught how to love. And then you get them and you trying to, how you gonna teach them some shit they ain't never been taught before? Like, you don't, it's just crazy. It's just really crazy. And it's just like the whole uphill battle of, I mean, I spent 4+ years of therapy and inpatient stays and all types of stuff just to try to get my son on the right track. It's like, when your child dealing with some depression and just, he's feeling so down and bad about himself. It's like, no matter how much love I show him, I wasn't his dad. I wasn't the person that he needed. It don't matter what I did, what I showed. And it's like, when your child is showing signs of depression, it's like, it ain't like trying to save up for a pair of shoes or take them on a trip and all of these different things. It's like, no, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing you could do. I'm talking about nights of watching him be woke for 72 hours and he ain't getting no fucking sleep. Like, we taking shifts in the house because we trying to figure out, like, okay, I'm hiding knives, hiding pills. Like, we don't want him to, hurt himself. So everybody taking shifts to make sure he don't hurt himself. Like, all types of shit. And then it's like, the non-custodial parent don't have to deal with none of that. Like, you there with the day-to-day shit. Like, they not dealing with none of that. But it's like, niggas complain. And I just talking about men, because it ain't just men non-custodial parents. There's some trifling bitches out here too that don't take care of their kids, who ain't there with their kids every fucking day. Like, they don't understand. Like, a man thinks they give you a few dollars, like, that's enough. They ain't dealing with the day-to-day, get off of school, wash your clothes for the week, cook you dinner, help with homework, dealing with your attitude and all of that. Like, it's so much shit you gotta deal with to deal with a child every fucking day. And then you gotta deal with your own personal shit. So just imagine, I'm a single mother dealing with 3 kids, and then I got 1 kid that's struggling. It's like, when my son was going through all of that, I still got a whole nother child in the house that's right under him. So it's like, he needed all of my attention. Wasn't nobody in the house getting my attention. It's like, he needed it. He needed everything. I was his mother, his advocate, his lawyer. Because it's like, you got the shit. You got the state trying to, I'm a black woman, so you go up in these places. Thank God I've been in healthcare for 15 years, because they couldn't play me on the healthcare side with anything when I take my son to the emergency room, because they'll try to railroad you if you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think every time I went in the room, I'm a black woman, so they get to talking.